What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special live edition of the Dawgs podcast, coming to you on a chilly Sunday afternoon. Browns are off this week. We just wanted to jump on here, touch base with you guys before the early slate of games starts. Just kind of talk NFL, maybe touch on a little bit of college, just kind of talk a little bit about everything heading into the games this week. Just get your guys' thoughts, maybe give you guys some game picks, just kind of hang out for an hour since the Browns don't have a game this week. We appreciate everybody who's taking some time to be here with us on a Sunday afternoon. Hopefully it's an exciting day of football. While we're letting the chat in the everybody join us and fill up, I want to remind you, if you want to get your intros on the show, head to thedogspodcast.com, tap leave voicemail in the drop-down menu. We love getting your intros. We love hearing from you guys. We love getting your guys' thoughts on the game, especially after big wins, even though sometimes after big losses, they're funnier. If you're watching right now on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you do. Please tap the notification bell so you never miss a new episode or any of the new content we're putting out. We're going live all the time these days. You don't want to miss any of that. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you prefer to just listen to episodes, you can find us on Apple, Spotify, and Google. And lastly, if you're looking for more Dawgs content, head to jointhedawgs.com, become an official Dog Pack member on the Patreon page. You get an extra episode every week. You get access to the private Discord. You get to play fantasy football with us. We give away merch all year round, every month. We spotlight members. We do a bunch of cool stuff in there. Everybody seems to really enjoy it, especially that Discord throughout the week. And it's a big time on Sundays. So if you want to hang out with the Dogs, you want to hang out with Browns fans from literally all over the globe, just a cool online Browns community, head to jointhedawgs.com, become an official Dog Pack member. What's up, fellas?
How we doing?
Yo.
So here on a Sunday, it's always kind of like a depressing Sunday when the Browns don't play. I hate the bye week, and I hate, this sounds weird, I hate primetime games. I just want my Browns to play Sunday at 1 o'clock. Yep. Like that's how I kick off my Sundays. So I almost don't know what to do. And I think locally we got Ravens Steelers today, which is going to probably be a snooze fest. So not a lot to look forward to today, in my opinion. So we wanted to do this live. I kind of wanted to talk college football real quick. We texted about this a little bit in the Discord before we jump into some NFL. Did you guys see the end of the Miami Georgia Tech game last night?
I did. Yes.
I did not.
Not live. I didn't see it live. But yeah.
Okay, so let me paint the scene for you here, Josh. Since you didn't see it, let me ask you what you would do if you were a Division I college football coach in this scenario, and then we will compare it to what Miami's head coach did. I forget his name. Used to be the coach at Oregon. Okay. So I think there is 40 seconds left in the game. You have a lead. I think it's a 3-point lead or something of the sorts. Ball it like your own 30 or 40, somewhere in there. Other team has no timeouts. You just run a play. Third down is about to start. Play clock, has 35 seconds left on it. And it's only third down, 40 seconds left in the game. You have the lead. Other team has no timeouts. What are you doing?
All right, so let me just go back. So you said there's 40 seconds left.
Yes.
I got 35 seconds on the time on the game clock, and it's running.
And it's running. There's no timeout.
And it's third down.
It's third down.
Go all the way down to 0 and either take a penalty and then run a play, or just run the ball and game over.
You wouldn't take a knee?
Wait, yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah, knee the ball. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Well, That guy, he didn't even do initially what you said. They just, like it was the first quarter, lined up and ran a play. The guy fumbled it. Georgia Tech recovered, and then Georgia Tech threw a touchdown pass with 1 second left on the clock and won. And all they had to do was take a knee to win the game. It's arguably the biggest coaching blunder I've ever seen in my life, and I've watched the Browns for 34 years. I watched Hugh Jackson coach the Browns for 2.5 seasons, and it is the worst coaching I have ever seen in my entire the only way to explain it is like he was betting against his team. I don't know how else to explain it. It's unbelievable.
Like, even if you're confused or not 100% aware of what's going on, where's everybody else? Where are your other coaches? Where's your, you know what I mean? Like, why would the quarterback even run the play? Wouldn't he just say, "Hey guys, let's just not run this play"? I don't know what to do. What do you do?
I don't. Where are the assistant coaches? Yeah, like where? I don't know what's going on there. They I didn't look it up to see if he did a post game presser to see if he had any kind of excuse for what happened. But man, that's like fireable. Like that is so that I've never seen anything like it. I don't know what he was doing. I think it was maybe Jesse Palmer on the call, and he was just like, "What are they doing? Why are they running a play?" Like.
Yeah, we were texting. Me and Blake were texting earlier, and it might have been in the Discord. I don't know, but we were like, the play-by-play guy was losing his mind. He's like, "Oh my god, what are they doing?" Or he's like, "What are they lined up like this for? Are they going to hand the ball off? Oh my god, they're handing the ball off!" And it was like he could see the future. And literally, of everything, I feel bad for the running back. I feel bad for that kid. Because he's going to the sideline just going, "Oh, man, I just blew the game maybe." But so many things had to go wrong and right for both of those teams for that to actually happen. Like, even the final play of the game was like a beautiful little, like, lob to this wide-open receiver. And then, the plastic cups came flying into the end zone. I was like, "Ooh, that's very Cleveland-ish." Been there. Seen that before.
Andrew Jackson saying it was an all-time press conference. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah, me too.
The kid never should have even been put in the situation to fumble.
No.
Like the kid never should have been put in that spot. And then two, okay, you fumbled. This is like nightmare scenario. There's 1 second left. Why would you not drop 9 to the goal line? You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, Josh, there's nobody within 10 feet of this dude. He's so open. He just caught it and fell into the end zone wide open. Like, I've never seen a meltdown. It was arguably worse than the Browns against the Jets last year. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I guess because the Jets had to at least do something to win that game. I mean, we let them do something, but it sounds like this one, I mean, all they had to do, like you said, was take a knee, and it was done.
Come on, let's not spend the bye week talking about the Browns-Jets game.
Yeah, let's talk about good stuff.
That's very fair. That's fair, but I agree with John.
The craziest thing about that is that they had no timeouts, and we were up by 13.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, we said we weren't going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of transition here. I guess we'll kind of segue. I guess I just wanted to get the feel of the room. How are we feeling now that we're a week removed from last week's game? How do we feel in terms of, like, are we still panicked? Are we relaxed? Like, what is our mindset now as we're heading into, like, the official bye week here and sitting at 2-2? Like, how do you guys feel about the second half of this season?
I mean, I'm
excited. Go ahead, Josh.
No, I'm kind of with you there. I'm still excited. I mean, I think that naturally Browns fans, after an ugly loss like that, we all got upset over different things. But, seeing a whole bunch of the Ravens fans coming out and saying, well, you guys haven't done a whole lot this year anyway. You beat a hobbled Joe Burrow in week 1. It's like, you guys just beat a 5th-round rookie in his first start. So, you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to throw it, then but then they can't take it either. So, as long as Deshaun shoulders is cool, I think we're good to go. The interesting stat about the Ravens, and I'm not taking anything away from what they've done, but they haven't played the only starting quarterback they've played so far this year was injured Joe Burrow. They haven't played us. They played Gardner Minshew, who they lost to. They played DTR. They played a hobbled Burrow, and then in week 1 they played. Or I guess they did play a starter, but in his first ever start, a rookie C.J. Stroud. Yeah,
like they haven't played like a seasoned starting quarterback yet.
And today they get Kenny Pickett with an injury and tiny hands, or Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, like they've kind of fallen into some good fortune. I mean, they've had a ton of injuries too, but like they've definitely been helped a little bit in terms of who they've had to play at the quarterback position of the opposing team. Like, that's kind of, I mean, that's a lot of good luck. Like, you think you're going to have to play against Deshaun Watson? Instead, you got to play against, it's the second time in 4 games you're playing against a rookie in his first ever career start.
Yeah.
I feel good about the Browns going forward. It all depends on Deshaun Watson's shoulder. And I guess we should talk about, a lot of Browns were talking about Jonathan Taylor. Did you guys see he got a new deal?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
he won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Absolutely.
won.
He won the standoff.
I guess this is a good time to announce we're going to record an episode on Tuesday, and we're actually going to have Jake Burns from the Orange and Brown Report. He does the film breakdowns, and we're going to be asking some questions about the offense, like the scheme, and why some things are working and maybe are working, and why some things aren't working. How do you guys feel about the run game going forward in terms of like Ford and them? Because against the Titans, I felt like we ran it just enough to keep them honest, but our yards per carry was still crazy low. And then against the Ravens, we also, I mean, I think at halftime we were averaging like a yard per carry.
Yeah.
Like and I think it's a combination of things. Like Jerome Ford, I think we like him, but he's a good role player back. I don't know if he's feature back ready yet. The offensive line's not playing well right now. Like, it's a combination of things. How worrisome is that to you guys going into this second part of the season?
Did you guys see the stat that I posted on our Twitter? I think it was the other day. Okay, so if you didn't see it, everybody out there, the Browns offensive line right now is allowing the running backs to be contacted at the line of scrimmage 48.5% of the time. So almost 50% of the time the running backs are getting hit immediately at the line. It's the 6th highest rate in the NFL. And yet, even with that being the case, the Browns running backs are second overall in rushing yardage after contact. 83% of the Browns rushing yards from the running backs have come after contact. And that's because they have the 6th highest broken tackle rate at 21.8%.
So our offensive line's not playing well.
No.
Yeah.
And I watched some of Jake's breakdown, and it's a lot of guys getting, like, an offensive line is a unit. It takes all 5 guys. One guy messes up, and the play is blown. And it's a mix of guys getting beat in their one-on-one assignments and just guys blowing assignments. 2 guys to block one instead of getting to the next level. Like, it's disheartening to see. There were times in that game against the Ravens where we pull a backside guard or tackle and they come around, instead of walling around and getting second level to the linebacker, they're either blocking the back of our offensive lineman or they're double teaming a guy that wasn't supposed to be double teamed. Like, it's a lot of blown assignments right now. That's why, like, after I watch that, it's disheartening to see these guys blowing assignments and stuff like that. But then at the other side, if you think about it, starters didn't play in the preseason. It's week 4. Like, this is kind of the preseason now, this first month of the season. And why I said, if you watch the tape, I feel like a lot of the problems the Browns are having on offense are super fixable with just repetition, and getting into a rhythm. Like blowing assignments, that just comes with reps. You know what I mean? Like, seeing different looks, that kind of stuff. So I think it's fixable. I don't know. Jerome Ford we'll see. Sometimes I watch him and I'm like, hey, this guy can do a little bit of stuff. And then other times I'm like, man, he doesn't look very good. Jack Judkins, not gonna lie, I used to listen to this podcast constantly, and in the offseason I completely forgot about you guys until now. Well, thanks for coming back. And Judkins, is this a Dover kid? So thanks for coming back though. And if it's not the Dover kid, sorry, I mistook you for somebody else. But no, so we'll see about the running game. I'm excited to have Jake on Tuesday and get the film breakdown. I think he's gonna talk about some players that we're using maybe in ways that he wouldn't want to use them, and then he's also gonna try to break down a couple plays, for example. So if you guys make sure you guys look for that episode coming out this week, I think it's gonna be a good one. For you guys who already watch his stuff, you guys know he puts out good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we had a very loose outline of what we wanted to get into today. So chat, what do you guys got any questions for us? Anything you guys want us to get into? Anything specific you guys want to talk about?
I got something.
Go ahead.
I do have something. A good friend of the podcast, Lee Shelko of Honolulu Browns backers. It was his birthday like 3 days ago. I don't know what day it is, right now. So I just want to shout him out. He's a huge supporter of us. They're, another Browns backer group that really backs us up, and just want to shout him out.
Happy birthday, Lee.
Happy birthday, and thanks for the Honolulu Browns backers t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Happy birthday, Lee. I know it's football season, and I know it's Sunday when I have a Facebook message in the morning, and it's always from Lee about go Browns, beat whoever we're playing. I look forward to it every Sunday. So Lee's one of the nicest guys, Honolulu Browns backer president. He reached out to us when we first started up on this thing. They've all been watching ever since. So happy birthday, Lee. Well, we can't wait to come out to Hawaii, hang out with you sometime. I know, Josh, you wanted to talk about, last week there was a London game. This week there's a London game. And we just kind of wanted to talk about how do you guys feel about these games being played around the world? And how do you guys feel about rumors like that the NFL wants to put a team in London and in that kind of stuff? Like, where do we stand on this stuff?
Hate it and hate it. Absolutely think it's dumber than hell. I think that it's interesting that, because I didn't realize this till last week. They were showing during the Jaguars-Falcons game the upcoming schedule for this international series, and I was like, the Jaguars play in London again next week? If I was a Jacksonville player or a fan or like a business owner down in that area that, I love that commerce that comes in when the games are, I'd be so upset. Like, why are you putting my team over in London 2 weeks in a row? I mean, one's bad enough. We lose a game in America, but 2 weeks in a row? So I don't know. I feel like that's the team that gets rumored a lot that might get moved, and I don't know if this is like prep for that or what's going on.
I saw my wife and we did a little bit of research last week on how teams are chosen to play in London. And a lot of time, teams volunteer for it. So Jacksonville's a team that goes over all the time because they're volunteering for it.
Oh, really?
And apparently the teams that volunteer for it's because they can make more money in this London game from ticket sales and whatnot, because it's based on it's teams that are struggling to sell out at home. So Jacksonville, look at how many professional sports teams are in Florida. You know what I mean? You got the Dolphins, you got the Jaguars, you got the Buccaneers during football season. You got the Rays, you got the Marlins, you got in basketball, you got the Heat. There's so much. You got the Hurricanes, you got the Florida State, you got even the UCF now. So, you got the Orlando. There's so much down there, commanding attention, that these teams, especially if you're not consistently good, you have a super tough time, drawing crowds. Even the Miami Heat are good. They don't even sell out games that often, the Miami Heat. So there's just so much to do down there. In Cleveland, there's nothing to do. I mean, there's stuff to do, but you know what I mean? The Cavs and the Indians and the Browns, they're a big draw. We're going to sell out and it's going to be full all the time. In Florida, if your team's not very good, there's a million. You can go to the beach. There's a million things you can go do. So these teams are volunteering for this. I hate it. I hate it for the players' sake. I do hate it for the fans. I mean, it counts as a home game, I'm pretty sure. So Jacksonville, 2 of their home games now are in London.
I think this one is Buffalo's at home in London today.
Okay. But
I get your point, though. I'm not missing the point. It's annoying. I wouldn't want to do. I would hate to get drafted to go play in if they actually set up a team in London.
Right. That's the thing. You're going to have a free agency
I'm sorry, Justin. I didn't mean that.
Hey.
I would love to go play in London.
Thanks, man. I'm 50%, British, so calm down there, bud. Jeez. No, I'm just kidding. My only thing with that, I understand they're trying to grow the brand, but does the NFL really need to grow the brand? I have family over there. They love football. So for me, I think it's kind of silly, and logistically for the players, it's awful. I mean, that's a 12-hour flight, 12 hours back, and then you got to play another game the next week. I don't know. some serious jet lag. I wouldn't want to be involved in that, but I get what they're trying to do.
If you put a team in London, how would it even work? Like you're saying, would you have to play? It would almost be like you would have to play all your away games in a row, and you would come to the States and set up somewhere and play all your home games there. And then you'd have to, or all your away games in like an 8-game stretch. And then you would maybe get like your bye, go back to London, and then teams would come to you and you'd play like 9 home games in a row, because there's no way you're making the flight from London to America. I mean, you wouldn't have time to practice. That's a day of travel every single week. Like logistically, it's stupid too. I think it's completely unfair to any players that would get drafted to that team. I'm born and raised in America. I go to an American college. I want to play in the American National Football League. But if I get drafted by this team, you're going to force me to go live in a different country? It's not like it's a different state. I would have to move to a different country that has different cultures, different laws. I'd have to abide by different laws. Like that's
citizenship, maybe, could be something there. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I'm with you.
I think it's totally unfair to ask players and coaches to do that.
How do you guys feel about this, though? So we have the NFL over here. I don't know how long ago it was. It's probably maybe 10 years ago. They tried to roll out NFL Europe, and it just kind of missed, I think. I just don't think there was enough traction with it. If they want to do this, especially when you watch the draft and stuff like that, they're always in Germany. Kevin just said Germany and UK, big markets, big markets for NFL. Why not try to fire it up again? I mean, run a little 8-team league, see how it goes. Maybe put a team in Paris, maybe put a team in London, throw some big European cities in there and see what happens. It can generate revenue. I just don't think it's a good deal for the United teams. You know what I mean? The teams on the other side of the pond.
Yeah, it's like I don't even love a ton if they go and play in like Mexico City, but at least it's same hemisphere. It's no matter where you're at in the U.S., it's probably like a 5-hour plane flight at the most. Like it's not that big of a deal, you know what I mean? But to make people go across the pond all the way to Europe, it's ignorant to me. That's a long plane flight.
Kevin said NFL Europe was in the 90s. I don't know what's going on with my life anymore. I really have no idea. I cannot keep track of anything. An interesting comment too. Kevin is very, very on point with airline travel. Apparently, he said Northeast U.S. to UK, very little time, less than to the West Coast. But imagine if it's West Coast team traveling to London. Like, what do you got to do? Like, connect 2 or 3 times? I don't know. To me, I think they have a really good opportunity to launch something over there. I don't know if you want to run an exhibition game or something in the preseason where you have like an NFL Europe team, kind of like how Premier League and those teams do, where they'll take a big MLS team against English Premier League team or something like that. That could be cool, but as far as a regular season game that's going to matter and count towards whether teams make the playoffs, I don't know.
Dude, exhibition games in the NFL aren't cool to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does anybody know, did Jacksonville I would imagine they stayed over there for the week?
I would think so.
Okay, so this is also to me where it's like it's such an unfair advantage if you're Jacksonville in the Bills today. Like I almost bet this game and almost took the Jaguars to beat the Bills. I just wasn't confident enough, and it looks like I should have been.
Yeah, you should have been.
They've been over there for a week, getting settling into their hotel rooms, getting used to the time change, in a routine, and then you make the Bills fly over there. And they're getting beat 18-7. You think if the Bills and the Jaguars played like in a normal place, like if the Jaguars came up to the Bills, this is supposed to be a home game for the Bills. You think if the Jags came up to Buffalo today, they'd be winning 18-7? I mean, maybe, I guess, but I wouldn't have been making that bet.
I didn't know Jacksonville defense was this good. The Bills are averaging like 34.8, almost 35 points a game this season. I mean, this is unreal. So I do think that there's definitely an unfair advantage here because, I've seen Jacksonville play a couple games this year. I don't think the Bills are only 7 points good against them.
No, I agree. Which, by the way, though, take even like the London and the travel thing out of it. This is why I told Browns fans to chill out a little bit. Let's just look back for like the last week, okay, or 2 weeks. Miami puts up 70 on the Broncos. Comes in last week, gets beat by 30 by the Bills.
The Broncos go beat the Bears.
Turn around and they're going to lose by 2 scores to the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Like if that doesn't, that's like it's, and then the Bears blow a huge lead to the Broncos, who just gave up 70, and then come out this week and crush the Commanders. Like if that doesn't tell you that it's such a week-to-week league, especially early in the season, when like things. Like I said, starters don't play in the preseason. Teams are still kind of finding their footing, gelling, seeing what works because they didn't play in the preseason. Like this first month of the season is such a crapshoot. Like the good teams will start to separate now as we move forward in the next month and a half. But man, this first 4 games, we gotta chill out. Like just that little example right there is a microcosm of the first month for teams in the NFL. You can give up 70, have a comeback. The team that just put up 70 on you is going the next week going to lose by 30 to a team that is going to lose to an inferior team by 2 scores. Oh, and then the team that we came back against is going to put up 40 on what everybody thinks is a decent Commanders team. Like what?
Yeah, I mean we
you know
we
what I
beat
mean?
the,
It's almost hard to imagine.
What was it, 27-3? We beat the Titans, and then they turn around and they beat the Bengals. What was it, 24-3? Like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's really hard to get a good grasp on just how dominant any one team really is yet.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's like that's why I'm not panicking on the Browns. Like the biggest thing I keep seeing on Twitter and stuff is like when I'm telling people to relax and chill and stuff like that, it's like I say we've been chilling for 30 years. We're just tired of losing. And I'm like, well, I get that. Me too. But it's week 4. What do you mean you're tired of losing? Well, I didn't know that the Browns were picked to go undefeated this year. Like that if we get to the end of the season and we only have 4 wins or something, or we miss the playoffs, okay, I'll be right there with you and I'll be super mad. But after 4 games, we can't just assume that the season is washed because we lost to a team with a rookie quarterback. Like just go look at the rest of the league. This stuff is happening to every team, good teams. The Chiefs escaped against the Jets in Zach Wilson, mostly because Zach Wilson couldn't catch a snap and then the refs gifted him a pass interference call.
Yeah.
So, Joe Burrow is bottom 3 QB trash. Okay.
Aaron. You don't believe that, man. You really don't believe that. I know you're a Ravens fan, but maybe when he's injured, but I don't know. The past couple seasons would say that's not necessarily true.
And Aaron keeps picking out. He just picks the stats that support whatever he wants to say. Like, Joe Burrow's completion percentage is not great. Lamar's got a high completion, but he got like hardly any yards in any game this year. So it's
and if you bring that up, he'll say it doesn't matter because he won them.
Right.
And I'm like, well, yeah, but that's not an individual. I only ever hear about the QB winning is a QB stat when Lamar wins. If the Ravens lose, it's the winning and losing isn't a QB stat.
Sure, it was their running game or their defense or whatever. Yeah,
they had a lot of injuries.
Yeah. Right.
So
yeah, but us having our quarterback out for a game and a 5th round rookie taking his place, that doesn't matter. That doesn't count as an injury or whatever. So yeah, got to deal with this garbage every week.
Let's see here. Well, I guess we can kind of. You guys want to do some game picks and see where it goes?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'll keep an eye on you guys keep an eye on the chat, and I'll pull up these games. So we're just gonna.
Buffalo just scored, and if anybody's not watching the London game, just to update you guys, so it's 18-13 with 4 minutes left.
Yep, Gabe Davis touchdown. If you're a fantasy guy.
So, I haven't done like a big bet yet this week. I lost a couple, so I wanted to do something that I felt was. I won't call it a sure thing, but I'll give you guys an insight into this little parlay I did. I took moneyline Chiefs. Money line I can't even remember who all I took. Let me look through here. I took the Dolphins over the Giants, the Chiefs over the Vikings, and honestly, I might have taken the Bills over the Jaguars now that I think about it. So I'm going to really need the Bills to mount this comeback. So it wasn't even going to be a huge payday. I was just doing it because I was like, this is pretty safe. I just want to just win a little bit just to get back on the right track. So that would be discouraging. Or no, I might have taken Lions over Panthers instead because I didn't feel confident about the travel thing. So I would tell you, but I use my phone as a camera and I can't look. So let's get into here. This is an interesting game. Texans at Falcons. We're just going straight up. We're not doing the spread here. So what do you? This one, I think this is an interesting game.
This one is because the Texans are not very good defensively against the run so far this year, and that's where the Falcons like to attack. But if they're forced to throw it all, if C.J. Stroud can continue to play dominant and get them a 1 or 2 point or 2 score lead, dude, Desmond Ridder is the worst quarterback in the NFL. Do you guys disagree?
He's up there.
I've only got to watch him like a game or two, but the stats don't look good.
No,
you know what I mean. But I honestly like Houston in this game. I look for Stroud to kind of build on some momentum. He's playing really, really well. I know it's early. We're only 4 games in, but you can make the argument that this guy could be a steal of the draft. Everybody was so high on Bryce Young.
I wasn't.
This kid just came in and just is lighting them up. I mean, he looks good. I'm taking Houston, though.
Same. I'm going to go with the Texans. The CJ Stroud got his name like drugged through the mud heading into the draft. It's so funny to me to watch him he's the runaway rookie of the year right now. It's not even close.
Well, and we had the benefit of watching him at Ohio State every game of his career. So I did not watch Bryce Young's entire career at Alabama or anything with Anthony Richardson or anything like that. But CJ Stroud, the way that he sucked, I'll just say he sucked when he first started, and the way he progressed rapidly gave me confidence that this kid will be a good NFL quarterback.
He's so accurate, and then he played arguably his best game in college in that against the biggest game.
Yeah, he
almost carried us to. If Marvin Harrison doesn't get hurt, I think the Ohio State wins that game.
Me too.
So, and we still had a chance to win it if the kicker could make. I mean, it was a long field goal, but so no, it's funny to me. Bryce Young was always hurt in college. He's been banged up again already in the NFL. He's tiny. They don't have anything either. Like the Panthers' skill position's awful. But I'm also going to take the Texans. What about you, John?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Texans. I was looking at the Falcons' schedule real quick. They're undefeated at home, it looks like, but they just lost their last 2 on the road. So they're back at home. I'm still going to take them to lose probably. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right. Then we got Panthers at Lions.
Oh, this is easy Lions.
So Lions are coming in kind of banged up. Amon-Ra St. Brown's out. Mark Gibbs is out.
Yeah,
Jameson Williams is playing. I know, you're right. Williams is going to play, but I guess he's on a snap count, like they said, about 20 plays. Does it really even matter? Like, I don't want to, dog on Carolina, but, their defense is nice. But I watched them offensively just one game, and it was pretty tough. It was hard to watch. So give me the Lions. Good for Lions fans, though. They deserve it.
This is the spread's -9. I would maybe take the Panthers to cover that because I think this is because of how banged up the Lions are in terms of not having St. Brown and Gibbs. I know you say they don't need Gibbs, but he's a nice piece. He's another explosive weapon. The Panthers defense is good. I just watched them, whoever they played last week, they played tough against them. So I think this is going to be a close, I think the Lions win, but I think they muddy this game up and it's a little bit ugly because of some of the people the Lions are going to be missing. So I'd probably take the Lions straight up, but if I was betting with the spread, I would maybe consider taking the Panthers with 9 points. That's kind of big for the guys they're missing.
That is a big spread.
And So then we got Titans at Colts. This is one I stayed away from because
Yeah,
I just
me
don't
too.
know. I don't know what Titans team is going to show up.
I'll start it.
Go ahead.
Colts. Give me the Colts. Both these teams are hard to read. I know Jonathan Taylor's coming back today. I mean, that's a big plus for them offensively. He's not going to play like 3-down workload, but they've got pieces. And then I just don't know Tennessee week to week. I don't really trust them. So I'll take the Colts.
Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, I'll take the Colts as well. I'm with Justin on everything he just said.
I'm going to take the Titans. I don't think the Colts' run defense is very good. I think the Titans will run the ball, which will open up play action. Tannehill will be able to have a good game. I think it'll be close, but I'm going to go with the Titans.
Good reasons. I think I'm going to go with the Colts in a close one.
All right. So then we got Giants at Dolphins. The Giants, I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
This is why what had happened to them is what would have happened to the Browns if the Browns would have extended and re-signed Baker. They're trapped.
Oh boy. You're gonna get everybody worked up, man.
I know I'm gonna get some people worked up because Baker's playing well right now. Go look at the teams he's played well against. It's just like what he did in Cleveland. Come get me when they play some of their games against some actual top 15 defenses. He played one decent team this year in the Eagles, one good team, and he was pedestrian at best. Most of the game not very good. Everybody is shredding the Bears. Everybody is shredding the Vikings. So they're trapped. I don't know what they're going to do. Daniel Jones is he's right back. Brian Daboll got the most he could out of him for 1 year last year, and he's right back to where he was. And their offensive line is putrid. They gave up 11 sacks last week. 11.
Yeah, that was a rough game to watch. Well, if you watched the whole thing, I think I watched half of it.
So all that being said, they'll probably come out and somehow beat the Dolphins. But I'm not going to pick that, especially in Miami. It's tough for teams to go down there and play in the heat. I'll take the Dolphins.
Dolphins for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys catch the little interaction too with Dayball and Danny Dimes at the end of the game where he basically just showed him the iPad and then just chucked it. He was so pissed off about it.
Really? I didn't see it.
They asked Dayball, they're like, what'd you want him to do on that play? And he said, well, obviously not throw an interception.
Yeah. I saw,
So then we move. This is an interesting one. Honestly, this will probably be the most boring game of the week. Saints at Patriots. I don't know who's going to win this game. It's a 1.5 point line. Vegas doesn't even know who's going to win it. The over-under is 38.5. I would probably take the under because I just think this is going to be – there's a chance it's going to be so boring. This is going to be a 5-3 win. Somebody's going to get a safety or something like that. I'll take the Patriots because they're at home. That's
exactly what I was going to say.
Does anybody know what's going on with Derek Carr's shoulder? Because if
he's gonna play,
he's gonna play.
They said it. They said it feel. The update I got earlier is he said it feels better than it did last week, and he feels like he can do a little bit more with it. But so he said he's healthier than he was last week. That was basically out of it.
I want to take the Saints in this one, actually, just because the Patriots, they lost Christian Gonzalez and Judon. They lost two defensive guys. Mac Jones looks awful. Their offense can't do anything. I mean, the Saints have a pretty decent defense. So I think if they could just score, a little bit, they're more talented on offense.
Yes, the Patriots got nothing on offense. They're the slowest NFL team I've ever seen in my life.
They suck.
So then we got Ravens at Steelers. In the bowl, in the game, I just wish both teams could lose. So I heard the Steelers have had the Ravens number lately. They've beat them of any team in the AFC North to give the Ravens fits. It's been the Steelers. but a banged up Kenny Pickett. I'd probably take the Ravens.
This is the one that's interesting to me just because of the stats on Mike Tomlin coming off of a 20-plus point loss, which, has now happened twice to him this year. And the first time they bounced back against us pretty good at home. So I don't know. This will be – I might take the Steelers just because of that, the Tomlin effect.
I just in spite of Aaron Butler, give me the Steelers, just so I can get them all worked up in the chat.
I hope the Steelers win. Keep everybody. Don't let anybody run away.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I think I'll probably have to pick the Ravens.
It's fair. I mean, it's not a bad pick, buddy. I'm not gonna get upset with you over that one.
Man, I thought this Buffalo game was over, but
It's not.
It is not over at all. Jeez.
So then we got Eagles at Rams, East Coast out to the West Coast. I think this could – I don't know if the Rams are getting Cooper Kupp back, but I don't know if it's going to matter if their left tackle is still hurt because, man, he got
matters
worked.
To me.
He got worked by the Bengals and Trey Hendrickson, and the Eagles front is nasty. I think this could be a long day for the Rams potentially, so I'm going to take the Eagles.
Yeah, I'll go Eagles.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles for sure.
Give me Eagles.
Here's an interesting one then. Bengals at Cardinals.
Both are 1-3, but I tell you what, the Cardinals are playing. They're a tough 1-3. Like it has not been, blowout losses like everybody thought before the season started.
This is about as must-win as it gets for the Bengals. Like if they lose this game, they should consider sitting Joe Burrow.
And they might.
Yeah.
Yep.
They should. We said it before the season started. We thought they were crazy for sending him out there week 1 against the Browns. Now we're 5 weeks into this thing, and it's not. I mean, he obviously isn't healthy. He can't do what he can. Or he's just a bottom 3 quarterback. I don't know. I'm not sure anymore. I don't know. Jesus. I'm just trying to figure things out. But I think this is a fun game. Go ahead.
People want to complain about Stefanski's play calling. The Bengals, Zach Taylor and their offensive coordinator, their play calling is atrocious. Like weapons to weapons, the Bengals crap on the Browns in terms of weapons on the outside, especially when even in the run game, Joe Mixon's better than Ford. They got weapons everywhere. Even their number 3 is very good in Boyd, and their offense can't do anything. How can you have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Boyd, Mixon, and Joe Burrow? And I know Burrow is banged up, but still, they've scored 3 points in 2 different games this year.
Yeah, and they've had games where they've moved the ball in offense and they've done some things, and it's like
even against the Rams though they did enough, but it was still ugly.
Yeah.
So, if you guys complain about play calling, try being a Bengals fan.
Yeah. I'll take Cardinals in this one actually. I don't want to say super confidently, but confidently enough. The way they've been playing and Josh Dobbs leading that team and their defense, it's like they really like that coach out there, the new coach Gannon in Arizona.
Which is funny because in the preseason he was catching a lot of heat for some of his video clips that were coming out. Everybody was giving him crap, but they seem to be buying in.
Yeah. I
think the difference here could be the Bengals defense in terms of their pass rush to kind of get to Dobbs, force him into some bad decisions. I think this is going to be an ugly game again, but it's must win. I feel like the Bengals got to know that. I'm going to take the Bengals in a close game, but I'm not super confident about that pick.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys see sorry, John.
No, I mean, I was just going to say, I think that's a tough one, but I probably will just go with the Cardinals.
Any truth to this Jamar Chase requesting a trade? I kind of think it's just a bunch of Twitter people on Twitter doing stuff, but I've had 5 people send it to me today, and I'm like, I can't find anything else about it out there. And then they just said that Taylor called him in and they sat down and talked.
I don't think it's true.
They definitely should. Yeah,
because I saw that I think I saw it Monday. So it's been out there for a while, and then I haven't heard anything else about it all week. And then people started sending it around today. So I don't think it's true.
If he was on the trade market, he would be traded. If they wanted to get rid of him and he wanted to leave, that would be a very easy trade to make happen, I think, because he's very talented, in my opinion.
I'd trade for him.
Yeah.
Right. I trade for him in fantasy, so hey, also in real life.
So here's the suck game of the week: Jets at Broncos.
Man, I'm picking a tie.
Okay.
Give me 10-10.
If you hit that,
I think I should take the Jets in this one. I think that all people want to do is run the ball against Denver, and it's no wonder they came out and said Breece Hall's not on a snap count anymore. So that's what they're going to plan to do. I think Zach Wilson showed enough in that Kansas City game that he's definitely not a great quarterback, but I think he can start doing enough not to lose.
I think if he can build on that, the Chiefs defense has been really good this year. If he can build on that performance, this is a get-right game if you're the Jets offense. Like the Broncos defense it's literally like playing on air. So I think this is a chance for the Jets and Zach Wilson to have a good game offensively. And then defensively, they're solid. I'm going to take the Jets in a close one. Denver's actually getting 2.5 points here. So it's like or the Jets are getting 2.5. I would bet this one on the spread. I would just take the Jets to win outright.
Yep. Give me Jets.
Then we got Chiefs at Vikings. I'll tell you right now, this is a game I'm eyeing up in terms of I'm probably going to go in and do a same game parlay and take the over on like every single Chiefs offensive stat because the Vikings defense is atrocious. I just think the Chiefs could put up like 60 today. So it's going to be like 300 plus Mahomes. Yes. Travis Kelce, 80 plus, whatever. Yes. I'm going to go crazy. This is going to be, I'm going in and taking all the overs for the Chiefs on this one. I'm going to take the Chiefs to win. They're only 3.5 point favorites, which is kind of wild to me.
Big yes man over there, at your household on that game. I think this is a fun game. Ultimately, I think Chiefs. Give me Chiefs. Very safe pick there.
I agree.
Yep, same here.
And then maybe one of the most interesting games of the week, Cowboys at 49ers. Two teams with good defenses. The 49ers, I feel like, they're a step above everybody right now. In my eyes, I'm going to take the Niners to win this one. This would be a big statement game if you're the Cowboys, but I don't know. I like Shanahan more than McCarthy. I like Purdy, honestly, more than I like Prescott. I like CMC more. They're just better across the board everywhere. I'm going to take the Niners.
I think there's almost no chance the Niners lose this game and then lose next week against us too. So I'm going to pick the Niners because I actually kind of want them to win this one.
So
okay.
That way the football gods are helping us out next week.
You're
strategic
so selfish,
rooting.
John.
I love it.
You're so selfish.
Yeah.
Where's that game at? Is it in Dallas or is it in
San Fran?
It's in San Francisco.
I was going to say I kind of wanted to go a little crazy and pick Dallas, but give me San Francisco.
I'll go ahead and be the one to pick Dallas just because sometimes Dallas will come out and win a game that you're like, I didn't think they were going to win that one. Then they go and they play Arizona and get boat race. So it's like, okay.
Right.
Yeah. It'll be a good game to watch, I think.
Yeah. So that's our game picks for the week. We'll see how those pan out if anybody's keeping track.
What about Monday night?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let's see here. Anything in the chat we need to talk about? Anything you guys want to get into?
Yeah, the Monday night game.
Oh, did I forget one?
The Monday night game.
Where's it at?
That's
probably at the bottom.
Monday
It's
night.
Green Bay at Las Vegas.
Oh, it is at the very bottom. Yeah,
that's why it was at the bottom.
Last one.
I stopped because they got the Thursday game above that.
Yeah,
so
I saw that too. I don't know why.
I'm going to take the Packers here. Even like Devontae Adams might not play, and if he does, who knows how healthy he is? And I just think the Raiders are a dumpster fire.
They're bad.
Somebody posted on Twitter. They said like, we've all had bad sports takes. Like, what's one of your worst sports takes ever? And mine, I commented on it and said that I picked the Raiders to win the division last year. And then somebody said like, oh, I can't believe you. And I was like, well, they had a healthy Derek Carr. They brought in Devontae Adams. They had Hunter Renfrow. They had Darren Waller. They had Josh Jacobs. They had Chandler Jones. They had Max Crosby. Like, and then I started thinking, like, they still have all these guys. They got Jimmy G now and Chandler Jones, but overall they still have all these good players.
And now on offense they got Jacoby Myers. You know, they've added to it.
He's playing well.
Josh McDaniels
and I'm just
sucks.
like, yeah, I'm like, it's got to be the coaching because there's no way for them to be. They're so bad. They're so bad, and they have good players. Some of your key positions: running back, receiver, edge rusher. Their quarterback is at least like serviceable. You know, like they should be better than they're probably about to be 1-4. He's going to be. I would imagine he's going to be gone at the end of this year, and he'll probably go back to the Patriots to be the offensive coordinator again and that's where he should just probably stay. Forever.
Yep, because they've been garbage since he's been gone too.
I always feel like the Monday. Oh, my fault, buddy. I always feel like the Monday night game is just goofy. I feel like all the primetime games are goofy. So based off like no real stats or like anything scientific or anything at all, give me the Raiders. That's all I got.
Oh, man. Well, it sounds like there's a really good end to this game that I'm missing, so maybe we should wrap this up so I can go watch it.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Who won?
Jacksonville.
Allen, yeah. Josh just threw an interception. You know.
Well, damn. But,
was it an interception or a fumble?
No, it's a fumble. Okay.
Yeah. They were trying to make a play out of nothing. They were on like their own 5 trying to go down the field with 20 seconds left and no timeouts.
Yeah. He must have punted right before that, and I'm like, oh my Lord.
Yep.
Well, I think we said we wanted to do an hour. We'll give people 5 minutes to go get their snacks and their drinks ready for these 1:00 p.m. games. We appreciate you guys joining us here on a early Sunday afternoon before the game started. Just wanted to come hang out with you guys, talk some football, just, enjoy we don't like that the Browns don't play, but at the same time, it's kind of nice to have like a relaxing, carefree weekend of football.
Yes,
we can just watch and enjoy without pulling our hair out. So we just wanted to enjoy that with you, go through some of the games, talk about some of the stuff going around the league. We appreciate you guys being here. Good luck in your fantasy matchups today. Good luck with any bets you guys got going out there. Let's all be big winners today. Again, we appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you guys check out our episode with Jake Burns when it comes out later this week. It's going to be a good one. Until then, stay safe, go Browns, and hopefully the Ravens and Steelers can both lose.
Yes.